Hi guys, this is George Shamoun, and in this video I'm gonna go over how to make a text in a web page bold and with the background color, and this is what I did today. It's one of the ways you can style text. This is my web page here. It's again, I'm using Visual Studio Code, and I have the index.html page code here, and actually it's this one here, and I have the main CSS style sheet. It's on this side, so I'm gonna compare them to show you how I came up with this code here, what code I used to come up with this blue text and with this background color. In the HTML document, and it's gonna be around the I in a class. This is the part where I wanna style it, and you use one of the reasons why you use a span tag, the span element in HTML, if you wanna style or make changes or format a part of an element. Like in this case, you have a paragraph here, and you just want to style to surround the I and the class, and this is what you see here in HTML, in the HTML document. This is the paragraph, and this is where it says I hold online live master classes covering one of the above topics per class. So if you look at here, you can see the span, open span and close. This is the opening tag. To use the span, then I gave it a class. I gave it a class of bold. The class, we use the class, I mentioned last time that to style it, to use the to target it from the style sheet, from the CSS style sheet. So looking at the main.css style sheet, this part is gonna give the style as you use the dot bold, the class bold, you use it here, and then you open brackets or braces, and then you enter the CSS codes that you want to style the element here. In this case, it's those two lines here. So semicolon, and the bold will make the text bold. And then I use the background color colon, I think they call them the attribute in CSS, colon light green, and this is the color light green, that's what it gave it this color, semicolon, and then you close the braces. So this is basically how you style the text, part of the text in a paragraph. You use the span, and that surrounds the element you want to style, and then you use class or ID, but class is usually they use classes in this case, and you use the bold in a CSS document, dot bold, which is the class, the value of the class, and then you give it the variable or the codes you want to use to style it. So in this case, we use the bold on a web page. This is the local web page here, but I uploaded it to my website, so it's on a website now. But this is the same one, the same code will simulate light green, and that's what's happened. Now, there's one thing I want to mention about the importance of using classes and IDs. The class, you use it whenever you want to style or make or associate different types of elements on the same page. For example, this class bold, I used for this one, and I used it in different places. So whenever you see, let's say you see the date here, I did not have to use another CSS codes here. I used the same code. This is what's important about the classes. So basically the dot bold class, I used it on the different places. On this one here, on the date, next to the date, and the cost, and those two lines here. It's only this class equal, and you have to use the same one, the same class name here. You put dot. So this is what I used here. And if you look at the date, this will style it. And also the same thing if you look down where it says you will receive, it's right here, you will receive, and again it's the bold attributes, the class, the value of the class. And again this one too, you will learn the basics of so many CSS codes for this to do the same thing. So so this is another advantage of using the style sheets, the external style sheets, because if you use the inline where you add the codes, the style, the font, the color, you add them to the element here, CSS, actually inline, I'm sorry, inline CSS. You cannot type it here, you cannot type it everywhere you need it, so it's gonna clutter the code. So that's it for this video. I didn't have except this to explain how to use the span to style part of the text, and how to associate it with the CSS code. If you have any questions, please let me know and submit your questions in the comments. Also check out my my website. I'm working on it now. Like I keep changing it now. I think I'm gonna leave it. It's gonna evolve. I'm gonna keep adding content to it and make changes to the design. But you can see it now, and I used this logo here, you know, name initial. So, and if you join my list, I'm planning to have online live coaching sessions. They're gonna be paid, but they're gonna be targeted to certain audience, and it's gonna be specific about certain problems you have. I'm gonna resolve when it comes to web pages, and it's not gonna be complicated. It's gonna be only about HTML, CSS, and what I'm doing here. So basically, like creating a simple web page in Visual Studio Code and uploading it to a website, to a web hosting, and how to have your website on the internet. So this is one. This is the one. So if you add your name here and email, you'll be on my list, and I will be sending you updates whenever I have new content or live content like now, and the paid online classes. And in the future, I'm gonna be planning to have maybe online course, but I didn't decide yet. First, I have to build the audience, and I wanna ask them what issues they have when it comes to building a web page, or in the other topics I have, like making SVG files using Inkscape, and automating the emails, like building, setting up an email autoresponder in your CRM. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you very much, and please join to be notified. Thank you.